1 lakh.
So the number of shares are 1 lakh. In the problem, this all is given. The cost of equity is 10%. Current market value is 20 lakh. Divided by 20, if I do, I'll get 1 lakh shares. Price per share is 20. Investment 6 lakh 80, earning 1 lakh 50, and dividend 1 rupee. And they have told show that under MM assumption, payment of dividend does not affect the value of the firm. So we have to prove that MM approach is going good, and if you pay dividend or you don't pay dividend doesn't matter. The value of the firm will still remain same. So we are doing MM approach problems. The three steps to do it, the three formulas. First formula is we'll find the price. Start doing it. Okay, P naught is equals to P naught is given, which is the price today 20, which is given in the problem, is equals to dividend given in the problem is 1 rupee, plus we have to find P1. We don't know what is P1. The whole divided by 1 plus KE. So 1 plus cost of equity is also given in the problem. Let's just check. It's 10%. So 0.10. And now if we solve this, we can take this 1 plus 0.10 that side. 1 plus 0.10 is 1.1. If we take 1.1 that side, it will become 20 into 1.1, because division going on the other side of the equal to sign will become multiplication. So 20 into 1.1 is equals to 1 plus P1. So 20 into 1.1, how much you get? Anybody?
22.
22. This 1 plus P1, if I get 1 plus this side, it will become minus 1, which is equal to P1. So therefore P1 will be equal to 21. 22 minus 1 is 21. So we found the price per share. Now we have to find the new number of shares. The second formula. So this is the formula for the new number of shares. We don't know delta n. So delta n we have to find into P1. P1 we just found out it is 21, which is equal to investments given in the problem. Let's see how much are the investments the company wants to invest. Investments are 6 lakh 80 and earnings are 1 lakh 50. So investment 6 lakh 80,000 minus earnings 1 lakh 50,000 plus n into d1. N is nothing but the number of shares, which we found out here. N number of shares is 1 lakh and dividend is 1 rupee. So 1 lakh into 1 rupee. So when we solve this, we get delta n into 21 is equals to 6 lakh 80,000. 1 lakh into 1 is 1 lakh first. So minus 1 lakh 50 plus 1 lakh is minus 50. 6 lakh 80,000 minus 50,000. You'll get 6 lakh 30,000. If I solve this, or you can do like this also, 6 lakh 80 minus 1 lakh 50 plus 1 lakh. So you will get the same. So 6 lakh 80 minus 1 lakh 50, if I do, I'll get 5 lakh 30. 5 lakh 30 plus 1 lakh is 6 lakh 30. Now this into 21, if we get this side, it will become delta n is equals to multiplication. When it goes that side, it becomes division. So 6 lakh 30,000 divided by 21. Can anybody tell me how much you get?
30,000.
30,000.
Delta n
30,000.
is equals to 30,000 shares. These are number of shares that we find. Now that we know the new number of shares and we know the price, we can find the value of the firm. So the third formula for the value, we will copy it down. Value is equals to old shares, that is 1 lakh shares we already have, plus the new shares we found out 30,000 shares into P1. So we have to multiply this with the price, that is 21, which we have found. This has to be solved first, and then we can do minus I. So after this is solved, minus I is 6,80,000 investment the company wants to make, plus E is 1,50,000. This whole thing, the whole equation should be divided by 1 plus KE. So 1 plus 0.1. So now when we solve it, we'll get the answers. Value is equals to 1,30,000 into 21. How much you get?
27 lakh 30,000.
27 lakh 30,000 minus 6 lakh 80,000 plus 6 lakh 80 plus 1 lakh 50,000. This entire thing divided by 1.1. 1 plus 0.1 is 1.1. So 27 lakh 30 minus 6 lakh 80 plus 1 lakh 50. Value is equals to, anybody give me the final answer?
20 lakhs.
20. So this is the value of the firm if we pay dividend. Now we have to see value of the firm when dividend is not paid. This was for paid. When dividend is not paid, again we'll use those 3 steps. First we'll find the price, then the new number of shares, and then we'll find the value. So P naught is already given, which is 20 rupees. Now dividend is not paid, so D1 is 0, plus we have to find P1. This entirely divided by 1 plus 0.1. So it will be 1 plus 0.1 is 1.1. So it will be 20 into 1.1. If I take that divided by this side, it will become multiplication, which is equal to 0 plus P1. So 20 into 1.1 is 22. So P1 will be 22, because if I get that 0 this side, it will be minus 0. So 22 minus 0 is 22. So the value of the per share P1 is 22 in this case. Sorry. Now we'll find the new number of shares. I hope all of you are getting it. The new number of shares, we'll write here delta N into P1, which is 22 in this case now because there's no dividend paid, equal to I, that is 6,80,000 minus E, 1,50,000 plus ND1. Now we are going to give 0 dividend. So 1 lakh shares into 0 dividend. 1 lakh into 0 is 0. 6 lakh 80 minus 1 lakh 50 is what we have to do, which comes to 5 lakh 30. So delta N is equals to 5 lakh 30,000 divided by, now this was into 22. If I take it on the other side, it will become multiplied by 20, sorry, divided by 22. So delta n will be, anybody can find out? I like 30,000 divided by 20.
24 24,090.90.
24,090.90 shares. Now the last thing that we have to find is value so value is equals to new share, old shares 1 lakh plus new shares 20,000, 24,090.90. This has to be multiplied with P1 22 rupees minus I 6,80,000 plus E 1,50,000, the whole divided by 1 plus KE, which is 0.1. Okay, now we can solve it. Value is equals to 1,24,090.09 into 22. Anybody has got the answer?
Ma'am, total or
No, but this multiplication
okay, 27 lakhs 29,999.8.
27 lakh 29,999.8. From this, we'll minus 6 lakh 80,000. Then we'll add 1 lakh 50,000. And the entire thing will be divided by 1.1. Anybody has found the value?
19 lakhs 99,999.81.
Which is nothing but approximately 20 lakhs, because it is almost hardly some 20 paise less. If you see, the value of the firm is 20 lakh if you pay dividend and 20 lakh if you don't pay dividend. So MM approach is proved. You give dividend or you don't give dividend, it doesn't matter. The value of the firm remains same. Now you might be thinking why this point difference is coming every time. It is because we are taking the shares in point. You're taking 0.90. If there might be some more numbers there, 0.9090, something like that. So if you take all the digits, you will get exactly 20 lakh. If you take 2 digits, 3 digits, then little bit of difference will come. Any doubts with this sum? Okay, now let's do the next problem. I hope it is clear, all are understanding it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now see this sum. The overall cost of capital of the company is 10%. So KE is equals to 10%. Always it's better to write down first what all is given, so that you have everything at a place and it becomes easy for you to solve. It has 25,000 outstanding shares, so they've directly given you the value of N 25,000. Selling at rupees 100 each, so this is your P naught value. P naught is equals to 100 per share. The firm is contemplating the declaration of dividend of rupees 5 per share. So dividend is equals to 5 rupees. At the end of the financial year, it expects to have a net income of rupees 2,50,000. So earnings is 2,50,000. And investment is 5 lakh. Show the Show that under approach, the payment of dividend does not affect the value of the firm. Will you try this sum or you want me to do it?
We'll try, ma'am.
It is simple, everything is directly given. You try it. If you don't get, I'll do it in the next class. This is your homework problem. Let's do the next sum, which has a little twist. All of you, please try it. Otherwise, in the next class, if you tell me, I'll solve it and I'll share the solution with you. A textile company belongs to a risk class for which the PE ratio is 10. So here, instead of giving you cost of equity, they have given you PE is 10. Now, when they give you PE, how to find the cost of equity? So, cost of equity is equal to reciprocal of PE. What is reciprocal?
1 by 10.
1 by 10. They've given you 10. You make it 1 by 10. I'm taking reciprocal of it. So, cost of equity will be 1 divided by 10. How much you get if you do 1 divided by 10?
0.1.
Yes. Which is nothing but 10%. You got it in decimal, you can use 0.1 everywhere. Otherwise, if you do into 100, it is 10%. Okay, so this is how you have to calculate cost of equity if PE is given. It is reciprocal of PE. If they give here PE as 8, you have to do 1 divided by 8, reciprocal of PE. So whatever you get, that answer in decimals we will take while solving the sum. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's start. Let's see what all else is given. Currently, it has 50,000 shares outstanding. So N is equal to 50,000. Selling at rupees 100 each. So P naught is equals to 100. The firm is contemplating declaration of dividend of rupees 8. So dividend they're giving 8 rupees. Assuming that the firm has net income of 5 lakhs. So its earnings is 5 lakh. And investment is equal to, and new investment is 10 lakhs. Show that under approach, the payment of dividend does not affect the value of the firm. So investment is 10 lakh. Now we'll use all the three formulas and find that it doesn't affect under First we'll find P naught. P1. P naught is given 100 rupees per share is equals to dividend. The company is giving 8 rupees. First I am doing for dividend paid. It's important to write this so that you can show that you have done 2 times, once for dividend paid and once for not paid. So 8 plus P1 divided by 1 plus KE. So KE you have already found, it is 0.1 or it is 10%. We'll directly take that answer of 0.1. So if I take 1 plus 0.1, it will become 1.1. If I take 1.1 on the other side, division will become multiplication. So 100 into 1.1 is equals to 8 plus P1. 100 into 1.1 is 110. And that 8, if I get it this side, it will become minus 8 is equals to P1. So P1 will be 102 rupees. Now we'll find the new number of shares and then the value of the firm. Delta N into P1. P1 you just found out it is 102. is equals to I, which is the investment 10 lakhs, minus earnings. I think the earnings are 5 lakh, plus N into D1. N is 50,000 shares into 8 is the D1 value. So delta N is equals to 50,000 into 8, you get 4 lakh.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So 10 lakh minus 5 lakh is 5 lakh. 5 lakh plus 4 lakh is 9 lakh. So 9 lakh divided by into 102. If I get it this side, it will come divided by 102. So delta N will be
8,823.52.
8,823.52 shares. Okay, now we can find the value of the firm. Value is equals to N 50,000 shares plus delta N 8,823.52 shares into P1, which is 102, minus I, so minus 10 lakh, plus E, plus 5 lakh, divided by, this whole thing has to be divided by 1 plus KE. KE is 0.1. Value is equals to 58,823.52 shares into 102. If we do, how much we get?
59 lakhs 99,999.04.
From this we should minus 10 lakh, so we'll get 49 lakh, and to this we will add 5 lakh. 54 lakh 99,999.04 divided by 1.1. How much you get?
49 lakhs 99,999.12.
Which is nothing but approximately 50 lakhs. This is if dividend is not paid. Now next we have to do, sorry, if that was for dividend paid, now we have to do dividend not paid. First we'll find P naught. Hundred is equals to dividend not paid. So now dividend is 0 plus P1 divided by 1 plus 0.1. 1 plus 0.1 is 1.1. So it will, if I take it this side, it will become 100 into 1.1, which is equal to 0 plus P1. So P1 will be equal to 110. because if I get that 100 into 1.1 is 110. If I get that 0 this side, it will become 110 minus 0, which is nothing but 110. Now we'll find the new shares. So delta N into P1, you found out that is 110 is equals to I 10 lakh minus E 5 lakh plus N into delta N. N is 50,000 shares. N into D1. So N is 50,000 shares into dividend not declared. So dividend will be 0 now. So 50,000 into 0 is 0. 10 lakh minus 5 lakh is 5 lakh. So delta N will be 5 lakh divided by 110. How much you get?
4,545.45.
4,545.45 shares. Now we'll find the value of the firm. Value is equals to N plus delta N. N was 50,000 shares plus delta N 4,545.45 into P1. P1 is 110. From this we have to do minus I, which is 10 lakh, plus E is 5 lakh. The whole thing has to be divided by 1 plus KE. 1 plus 0.1. So it will be 54,545.45 shares into 110. How much you get?
59,99,999.
Minus 10 lakh,
0.5.
9.5 minus 10 lakh plus 5 lakh divided by 1.1. So value will be equal to 54 lakh 999.5 divided by 1.1. How much you get?
49,99,999.54.
Is approximately 56. This was about the next sum. If you see entire sum, I have done the same way. Only difference was instead of giving you cost of equity, they gave you PE, and to find cost of equity, we took reciprocal of PE. So this kind of small twist can come. Otherwise, the problem will be similar. There will be no other additional thing that will get added. Now, one more sum I will show you. Here also little bit the question is being twisted. Malaika Steels has 1 lakh shares outstanding. So we'll first write down what all is given. N is equals to 1 lakh. Selling at rupees 100 each. So P naught is equals to 100. Its capitalization rate is 14%. KE is equals to 14%. The firm is expecting 65 lakh income. So earnings is equals to 65 lakhs. Then and is planning to pay rupees 4 lakh dividend. So dividend is equals to 4 lakhs. The company wants to invest 75 lakhs. Investment is equals to 75 lakhs. Okay, now compute the price per share and the number of shares if dividend is or if dividend of rupees 4 lakh is paid, and compute the price per share and number of shares if dividend is not paid. Now they are asking you to find only the first two things, price per share and new number of shares, not the value. But what we will do is we'll do all the three and we will prove that approach is working well. Okay, now in the entire question, they have not mentioned to use approach. So you will have to understand looking at the question, when earnings are given, investments are given, we have to find using approach only. Another twist, every time we get dividend per share, but here we have got total dividend. So we have to find dividend per share. How do we find dividend per share? Dividend per share is equals to total dividend divided by number of shares. So total dividend is 4 lakh. So 4 lakh divided by 1 lakh shares. So 1 lakh, you will get dividend as rupees 4 per share. So this is the twist that I was talking about. Instead of giving you dividend per share, they've given you dividend for the whole year. That is the total amount for all the shareholders. We want to know for per share how much. We have the number of shares here. They have told 1 lakh shares. So whatever dividend 4 lakh, if we do divided by 1 lakh, we'll get the share per share value for dividend. So using this, we can solve it. Okay, now let's solve it. So first we have to find the price. How to find the price? P naught is given 100, which is equal to D1, which is 4 per share, plus P1 divided by 1 plus KE. KE is nothing but the cost of equity, that is 0.14. Sorry for the disturbance. There's a small kid at home, so okay. Now what we'll do, this 1 plus 0.14, we'll take it on the other end. So it will become 100 into 100 into 1.14. You will get 114, which is equal to 4 plus P1. So 114, and if you take that 4 plus that side, it will become minus. So 114 minus 4 is equal to P1. So P1 is equals to 110. Now we know the value of the share. Now we can find the new number of shares. So the formula for the new number of shares I'll copy. Delta N into P1 we have found out it is 110, which is equal to I minus E. So we have to see how much is the investment is 75 lakh, earning is 65 lakh. So 75 lakh minus 65 lakh plus N into delta N. N is 1 lakh shares into, sorry, N into D1. D1 is 4 rupees per share dividend, which we calculated. They had given 4 lakh. We did divided by 1 lakh shares and we got it as 4 rupees per share. So delta N is equals to 75 lakh minus 65 lakh is 10 lakh. 10 lakh plus 4 lakh. 1 lakh into 4 is 4 lakh. So 10 lakh plus 4 lakh is 14 lakh. So 14 lakh divided by into 110. If I get it this side, it will become divided by 110. So anybody can tell me delta N value?
12,727.27.
12,727.27 shares. Now we can find the value of the firm. Value is equals to N, that is the number of shares given, 1 lakh, plus delta N, which we have found 12,727.27 into P1, which is 110. Sorry. Yeah, P1 is 110 minus I, that is 75 lakhs, plus E, that is 65 lakhs, divided by 1 plus KE. KE is 0.14 because 14% is the cost of equity given. Can anybody tell me the final answer of value? Hundred lakhs it will come to.
Yes, ma'am. 99 lakh 99,000 triple
99,000
9.7 73.
approximately is 100 lakhs or 1 crore. Now we'll have to do dividend not paid. E naught is 100 is equal to D1, which is dividend paid 4 rupees plus P1. Sorry, here we are not paying dividend, right? I'm saying dividend not paid. So when dividend is not paid, dividend will be zero. Company is not willing to pay any dividend. So 100 is equal to 0 divided 1 plus KE. So 1 plus 0.14. So if I take 1 plus 0.1 from 100 into 1.14 equal to 0 plus P1. So P1 will be equal to 100 into 1.14 is 114. If I get that plus 0 on the other end, minus 0, 114 minus 0 is 114. Now we'll find new number of shares. Delta n is equals to delta n into P1. P1 is 114 in this case is equals to investment 75 lakhs minus earning 65 lakhs plus n into D1. N is 1 lakh shares into D1 is 0 because in this case we are not paying dividend. So delta n will be equal to 75 minus 65 lakh is 10 lakh plus 0. So 10 lakh divided by into 114. If we get this side, it will become divided by 114. So delta n is equal to. If anybody has done?
9,99,886.
New number of shares.
8,771.9.
92, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So now we can find the value. N is 1 lakh plus delta n 8771.9 into 114 minus 75 lakhs plus 65 lakhs. This entire thing divided by 1 plus 0.14. Has anybody solved for the value? Final answer? $99 lakh, 99,000. How much you get?
997.01.
It is approximately 100 lakhs. You got 997 here because you took only one decimal, 8771.9 shares. If you take 2, 3 decimals or 4 decimals, you will go much closer to the answer. So depending on how many decimals you take for the number of shares, your answers will vary a little from person to person. It's better to write approximately 100 lakhs. So in both the cases, we got the same answer. Now this sum is also easy. It's on Vikas Engineering Company. Feeling it's the same like the above. Just see if it is same, fine. Otherwise, you can solve this one also for homework because we've already done many sums and now you have got used to as to how to do. There are three formulas that we have to use all the time.